Welcome, Fighting Chance. This is us now.
Yeah, that was a grand introduction. That of Shakespearean quality.
But what was I introducing?
I, uh, I believe you're introducing some kind of brand new talk/podcast show where we discuss the good, the bad, and the ugly of certain games.
But mostly the good.
Yes, mostly the good. What could have
Certain
been done
games
better,
that most people haven't heard of or played.
and some that have gone completely under the radar.
Like Brutal Legend.
Nice segue. Case in point.
Thanks.
Today's episode is going to be dedicated to Brutal Legend. Of course, that's not going to be the only game we hopefully talk about. There'll be plenty more in the future, but we thought this would be a good
Yeah,
starting
we've got a
point.
pretty big list, but this one will do because we've both played it.
I'm
We
determined to
both
get
like
that
it.
list into triple figures one day, but
003 is a triple figure.
So yes, Brutal Legend, the fine love child of Tim Schafer and Double Fine
I
Productions.
would have called it a Double Fine Love Child.
Ooh.
But whatever. Yes, it came out of Tim Schafer's head.
And splatted onto our collective screens in October 2009.
And quickly dripped away.
Mm.
Unnoticed.
Of course, Double Fine, the designers of such great classics as Psychonauts, Day
I
of the
didn't like
Tentacle,
that much. Didn't play that one.
and
There was Massive
okay,
Chalice, Costume Quest.
both of which I never played.
No, me neither.
What about
Broken Age. I played the first 5 minutes of that.
very good? Okay, this is a good start.
But the point is, all of their games are quite well received.
Yes,
People like them.
Inclu-
All 10
including
people that
the
play them.
including the Sesame Street Once Upon a Monster game. I'm sure that was on everyone's list.
Probably one of their best.
Well, it did get an 8.5 from Game Informer and IGN, so yeah, fair enough. So yes, they are a team with a limited resume, but
But
they
they're quite
craft
good.
what they make. Yes, they put love and care in whatever they create. Not only did they put their name to this, however, there was also the monstrous in size EA were involved in this game as well.
Oh, yeah. They gave something like $25 million to them to make it.
Yes, that was a small fee for Magic.
I mean, that is small for EA, probably.
Yes.
But pretty big for Double Fine.
So they probably sneezed out the funding, and Double Fine were just there to pick it up at the bottom.
Oh, Jesus. That's an image.
So,
So Tim Schafer
we're
got $25 million to make Brutal Legend.
yes. Although
Which
we're
is-
going to try, just to give a bit of a premise here. Although we're going to try and have a topic and have a discussion and have a structure to this, it will
Probably going to be a lot
turn
of
into
rambling.
that a boy. Exactly what I was going to say. We will try and intersperse the topics with our own unique perspectives, aka our jabberings. So,
But that's why we have notes that we wrote down to keep us back on track.
well, that is if we keep to them. But okay then.
Well,
So,
I'm looking at the notes, and point number 1 is introducing the game, which we haven't done yet.
okay. So to give a brief premise, do you wish to introduce it, good sir?
Yeah, Brutal Legend is 1970s, 80s, 90s, 2000s heavy metal in a game. You play as Blackjack. You play as Jack Black even. He gets sucked into the world of heavy metal, whatever it's called.
Oh no, not blackjack.
Fuck off, I corrected myself. Long story short, some of his blood falls into a magic belt buckle that summons the demon god Ormagoden, and he has to save the world.
Save the metal world.
Save the metal world, not our world, obviously.
No, our world can burn. It doesn't matter anymore.
Doesn't give a shit. Yes, he has to save it from Tim Curry. Because Tim Curry's gone mad.
Because Tim Curry and everything he's ever done has gone mad.
Yeah, so he's in this world. It's this huge, big open world, just all completely inspired by heavy metal. There are 3 different factions. There's the classic metal faction that you get into. They've all got leather jackets and long hair. There's the evil, sort of black metal BDSM faction.
Mm-hmm.
They're creepy. There's the hair metal faction I like.
And you're missing one?
I am. The emo metal ones.
Yes, the goth metal.
The ones I don't like that much.
Essentially, the game revolves around your journeys with Eddie as he travels across the land of metal to reach Tim Curry and defeat him. And with that, taking on all comers and creating a massive army of metalheads to fight him. Because, of course, you don't start with the army immediately. It is a very sparse...
Oh, yeah, you start with the resistance of, like, 3 people.
Including one gigantic, the popular hippie-ish dude named Lars. Mm-hmm. And his blonde companion.
Who's he voiced by?
That is a good question, actually.
His companion is Lita Halford, who's also his sister. And then there's Ophelia, who's not a sister, but she's just there.
Ah, I see. Okay. Well, Zach Hanks is Lars Halford.
Who the fuck is Zach Hanks?
I have no idea.
Is he not?
And
okay. He's one of the few characters not to be voiced by
a famous
singer.
Yes, because that is also a very good point to make. That the game is well fitted with quite a number of metal legends.
Like Jack Black,
Tim
Curry,
and Zach Hanks.
Zach Hanks, but also actually Lemmy, Rob what's his face, the one from Judas Priest.
Lemmy Kilmister, yes.
That's him.
You have Ozzy Osbourne as well, who straight up is just Ozzy Osbourne.
He's just Ozzy Osbourne in this game. He doesn't really play a character.
Nope, he doesn't really play.
Well, he plays the Guardian of Metal, but
true,
it's just him.
And yes, you also have, as you said, the lead singer of Judas Priest.
Also, the lady who plays Lita Halford, who's called Lita something in real life. She's from a band.
Yes,
Lita Ford. That's what it is.
Yes. So, it is well studded out with probably the absolute cream of the crop when it comes to heavy metal.
And Tim
you have Motorhead, Black Sabbath, and
Judas Priest.
Brilliant.
We
could have wished for a bit more.
Quite good too. It's not like it would still be good if they weren't in it.
Yeah, I could easily see it. Yeah, it always makes me wonder, though. It always makes me a bit scared whenever I see a game that has celebrity voice acting, because we have seen it go badly in the past.
Because they run out of money for everything else because they have to pay the celebrities.
And also, the celebrities don't really seem like they care very much about the project that they're in. Key example, last time I checked, was Fallout New Vegas. With
Matthew Perry.
I
didn't even know it was him for ages.
Yep, exactly. Which can be a good thing.
It can be a good thing, but he also sounds really bored.
Yep, he does not sound pleased at all. And then, of course, you had Mickey Rourke as well.
Oh, in Rogue Thing,
yeah. That famous, well-loved series. Beloved by children everywhere, Rogue Thing.
No one played it anyway. No one liked it.
But you tend to see a lot of celebrities sort of phone it in a bit whenever they're involved, but not. No, well, I must say, not Ozzy, not Lemmy, not
Tim Curry, not
Tim
Black.
Curry, not Rob.
Not
mostly because metal itself is a genre dedicated to chaos and
madness and fun
and lackadaisical attitudes.
Good time.
They basically all sound like they're quite drunk, and it suits their character, and it suits their character perfectly. So yes, needless to say, the voice acting was spot on. It couldn't get any better.
Also spot on.
The soundtrack was brilliant.
There's like no there's very little original music.
Unless,
Well,
yeah, it's all like taken from other metal bands, but also if you're not a metal fan,
oh yeah, too bad.
you will not like this.
You're in the wrong place.
You've made a wrong turn, buddy, because
Go back
this is
to Pop Town.
or Funkville or whatever hell it
I'd
is.
like to go to Funkville though. But we're not in Funkville, we're in Metal
Metalopolis.
Oh, nice. I like that
We're
one.
in Metalopolis, and yes, the as you said, the music is all
It's great.
licensed. It is all individual bands.
And most of it's really good.
Most of it is very good.
I listen
which,
to a lot of it.
Which will actually bring us on to another little point. It is quite far down the list, but I don't care. The collectibles in the game.
Oh yeah,
the game
songs are
itself.
collectibles in it too. Because
Songs are
you get to
collectibles in
drive
it,
around in this
and
open world, and you have your
Yes.
car's got a radio. Obviously, it plays songs.
Mhm.
And you
the
start out,
cassette tapes. Just to let you know,
you start out
none
with
of
like
this,
out of 20 or something.
none of this CD shit. Yeah.
Excuse me, but yeah, there's like loads more to find
But so you
all
go,
around the world.
yes, and they are literally scattered everywhere. I honestly think that they play tested it, and the places that were the hardest to get to, they put
They
them
just
there. You had to work for those collectibles, and honestly, to this date, I can't think of any collectibles that were more fun in getting. Can you?
Because they're very satisfying. Because you get music.
Yes,
You
you
get a
get
brand new
actual
fucking song.
music that you can enjoy and experience it. There were plenty that I've never heard of before that I
I've heard
started
of
to
most
like.
of them.
Like Angel
never
Witch,
heard
I
of-
never.
Or Manowar. I never heard of Manowar before. But fuck, I
Oh,
haven't
yeah.
heard them.
You haven't heard them since.
I was going to say that I listened to them a lot since, alright?
Yeah.
The words
Like
didn't come out.
Megadeth for me. I'm shocked to say it, but yes, Megadeth wasn't really on my radar, and then I played it. And Tornado of Souls. That's all I
And
can
now,
say.
and now it's on your radar. And will be forever.
I will be forever
You know, we
Megadething.
What we haven't really talked about, though, is the gameplay.
Yes, the
This
gameplay.
is the one thing about Brutal Legend that not everyone agrees on.
Why? Pray do tell.
Because it's really good and everyone else is wrong. That's why.
Why? Why is that? Tell me. I demand explanation.
Alright, so it starts out with driving. There's a driving section, very big set piece, it's very cool. You drive, then you meet the guys, then you go into a cave to rescue some more guys. You've got an
I
axe.
think you're forgetting the combat as well.
I'm getting there. I mentioned an axe. You've got an axe and a guitar. You play music on the guitar and it burns people and melts their faces. You swing your axe at people and that's all good.
That's very
It's a straight up hack and slash.
very Cliff Notes
except-
version.
It's not a straight up hack and slash because it's kind of like Pikmin.
Oh, but
No,
Kev,
I'm getting-
the
I'm
trailer
getting
the trailer
there.
told me it would be like a hack and slash.
It is, but this with this one other element where when you're in the cave and you rescue the headbangers, you can give them commands like go forward and whack the other guy or stay here and whack anyone who comes near.
Oh, okay, all right.
And then
That's
2
fine.
hours later it turns into an RTS.
What? What? That's not what I paid my money for. That's not metal.
Why did you not know? Did
No,
you not know that 2 hours in, instead of straight up hack and slash combat and driving around an open world, that you'd be flying above a battlefield and giving
But-
commands
but
to units in real time?
the
strategically?
trailer that never said
Which trailer?
that
Apart
all
from
of
all of them.
all of and right. So this is where the soapbox comes out. I gotta say, I am a big fan of RTSs.
You
I
fucking
love
love real-time strategy.
real-time
How
strategy.
many hours have you put into Shogun Total War?
Last time I checked, nearly 200. I love Total War in general. I think it's a fantastic real-time strategy game. I love other real-time strategy games as well, particularly
Not me, though.
the stuff by Paradox. It is really good fun.
I like them too, but I find them really hard, so I can only play them for like 2 hours.
But
Mm-hmm.
Brutal Legend
Well,
lied to me. But not
yeah,
only did it
but
lie,
should
it
be
lied so badly and gave me such a poor product as a
be a
part
nice
of that.
surprise though, because you like real time strategy, and 2 hours in, it was like, hey, it's a real time strategy. Surprise.
Oh, but it is not a real-time strategy in a fun way. It is
It's in
real-time
real time.
strategy that totally jars your system. You will be playing and suddenly you'll be in, because gaming is very much about moods.
Right?
There are days I don't want to play a real-time strategy. I want to play an action game.
Oh yeah, so you wouldn't play Brutal Legend then?
I, not anymore.
Unless you hadn't got to that part yet, and you're like, yeah, I'll play a lovely action game. Maybe I'll drive around a big open world. Maybe I'll slash and hack.
Yeah, I will drive around this world and like have a bit of adventure, and I'll collect some things, and I'll kill
So,
some bad
would you
things,
say
and
you were
suddenly,
confused when you got to the RTS part?
um,
'Cause, I mean,
little bit.
it it does fit into the game in terms of theme.
Does it?
Well, I mean, just the way they set it up, what happens is like you set up your stage, and then the enemy sets up his stage, and there's
It's
big geysers of fans, and you build merch
Oh,
booths around them to get them onto your side.
you mean Mortal Kombat souls? That
Souls,
they,
fans, the souls of fans, whatever, and then you convert them into units.
which is
Strategically strategy them in real time.
which goes against the sort of core attraction of the game, which
Yeah,
is
maybe
to be
okay. Maybe
which is to be a balls to the wall crazy adventure.
so. Maybe real time strategy isn't very metal.
Not at all. I mean, I don't know what they were trying to think. Did they want to try and shoehorn in a concert element?
Well, yeah. Maybe they were just thinking about
But
all,
they sort
all
of do that. They sort of do
those.
that with the solos you get,
Oh yeah, those are pretty sweet too.
and the solos give pretty good advantages.
They're like melting
And
people's faces.
They had it perfect whenever it was just you control a group of people
A
and
small
have
group of
like
people too.
4 limited controls: attack, defend,
Go there.
and follow me.
Yeah.
That was fine. And then you give them buffs and debuffs depending on the solo you play, etc.
Yes,
So I don't
I also
know.
like the early missions.
I don't know. I enjoyed that fun in my life. I don't know who decided. Maybe Tim Schafer woke up screaming for this in the middle of the night, and just nobody told him
just-
no, or maybe EA as a collective company
Yeah,
all
EA
woke
was
up
like,
in the
"You
middle
know
of the
what?
night.
I bet he had a meeting with the publisher and he was like, we have this great action game. It's open world action, heavy metal, celebrities. And EA was like, that'll never sell. That's just appealing to a niche market. You need something mainstream like strategy.
So, how hard did you think EA threw the dart at the dartboard whenever they picked this? Because, oh,
I'd say they
I'm
definitely
ooh,
did it with their eyes closed, that's for sure.
I am trying to think of any other genre which would not have fitted into that.
No, I mean,
And
Brutal Legend could have gone a lot of ways. It could have just been straight up car combat. That
like
wouldn't,
Twisted Metal.
yeah, and that would have been fine. Because, I mean, your car does get guns and mines and shoots
Yes, it
fire.
is. It is fully customizable, and you can make it look sick as hell
Yeah,
with
Brutal
your
Legend could have
flaming
just been-
sides and your go faster stripes and your
So they could have done car combat. They could have just done straight up action.
yeah. They
That's-
could have even
they
made
could
it like a 3D fighter almost.
I think they could have done
Sorry.
anything except real time strategy, and it would have worked well.
They could have made it a Phoenix Wright-esque courtroom scene, and it would have been better than real-time goddamn
That would have been
strategy.
brilliant.
Oh, challenging each boss to a fucking debate about why their metal is shit, and just playing Tenacious D's The Metal over and over again until they submit. Because you cannot kill the metal unless you strategically plan for it to do so in real time.
But actually, I kind of like the strategy bits.
Oh, how could you do this to me?
Because they're not hard.
It's not about really the difficulty. No, it's about the premise of it, though.
Yeah, I know, but you just sort of roll with the punches, and when you're
you shouldn't have to roll with the punches in a game, though.
Sometimes you do, and it throws you this fucking strategy punch, and you go, yeah, sure, whatever. See how this goes.
Yeah, but that's you putting up with a flaw of the game. That's not you enjoying it. No, you're not enjoying it.
But I did enjoy it.
Yeah, but you're saying you're rolling with the punches.
Yeah, look, if the game had said, do you want to do strategy or not, I would have said no.
You would have said no.
Yeah, but then it forced it upon me. But I ended up having a good time anyway. It's like when your annoying friends are all like, oh, come out for the night. And you're like, no, I want to stay home. And then they pick you up and bring you out to the nightclub. And you're like, oh, this isn't bad.
Well, that's called a kidnapping. And
yeah, but you have fun in the end.
Not
the point
really.
is, I like the strategy bits.
Yeah, but it's also like your friends saying to come out, you say no to want to, and they bring you out, and it's a shit bar. After being told this bar was amazing, and you enjoyed a couple of nice places beforehand, so you thought, yeah, this area is pretty nice. Then you go up to the bar, the bouncer gives you a funny look and won't let you in unless you pay him money.
What if it's a bar that's not as good as you thought it would be, but it's still alright? You know,
it's not alright,
they have a cocktail menu, but it doesn't have any White Russians on it. You're like, well, I can still get a Long Island iced tea.
Then I put up my hand and ask for assistance, and then spit in their face.
You just go with it. You don't leave. Just go, yeah, I'll just have a different cocktail today.
How you leave? I'll leave to go to a better bar.
No, because your friends are there. Which doesn't... The analogy's falling apart because it's a single-player game. If
I go out in the town and I find a place that I don't like, fuck my friends, they're not with me. I crawled around the town.
I like the strategy bits because I'm good at them in Brutal Legend. I'm shit at them in any other actual real-time strategy game. And having a little army and tell them to go fuck shit up over there, and they do fuck shit up over there, and I win, is nice.
But you do that anyway on the ground. You don't need. You have a little group that you tell to go fuck up shit.
Yeah,
you don't need a strategy.
Have a big group.
A big group.
So there's not really any strategy involved. But
the real-time strategy segments are tedious on the point of torture.
They're overly simple is the problem.
No, they take forever, and they are not. Okay, I'll give you that. They're not challenging, but that just means that they're tedious and long to complete.
Some people would say is a bad thing.
Yes, a lot of people would say tedium is a bad thing.
For people who suck at real-time strategy, like me, having a real-time strategy that's not super challenging is rewarding.
But you didn't get the game to play real-time strategy.
Yeah, I know.
There are plenty of games with that type of real-time strategy setting that you could play. Mount & Blade is a perfect example.
Yes, and I'm bad at all of them.
You are not bad at Mount & Blade. We have played Mount & Blade. You were fine.
Yeah, but
it has the same mechanics as Brutal Legend. It's just you have a group of people.
We played online with other people.
No, but even if it's single player,
the strategy bits. Yeah,
even if you have single player, you have a group of. It's the same premise as Brutal Legend. If you have a group of people.
My point is, it's simple enough for me to enjoy the strategy bit. Probably too simple for anyone who actually likes strategy to enjoy.
So it's simple enough for somebody who rolls with it against their will to enjoy it.
Yep.
I don't know if that's proper enjoyment or Stockholm syndrome, but that's okay.
It's not as good as it should be. I'll give you that.
It's not good. Full stop. It's just not.
No, it's
fun.
it's a bad real-time strategy. That's.
Yes, I will give you that. I will give you. It's simplified on the point of tedium. It feels like grinding almost. It feels like you have to try.
You're bad at it, and then it's challenging.
Which I just cannot stand. I cannot stand the grinding.
I didn't even beat the last fight for like a year. because I had to replay the game on easy mode to win. Quite bad at strategy.
You see, so what stops that game then from being like a big epic, like, you know, battle where you have to go across this gauntlet of different like rooms, different, just like typical different rooms with different enemies, and you get like a little bit of replenishment of forces here and there across the battlefield, and you go against the big bad at the end of the hallway. Like, what's wrong with that?
Nothing. That would have been great.
Rather than having to rather than taking the epicness out of each and every fight, especially the last one, by having to micromanage everything.
Did you get to drive your car around though?
And that was the funnest part, like jumping around with the car.
Join in the battle and hack and slash your way through.
Yes, but if you hack and slash your way through, then one of your sides is getting defeated, and then the other side gets defeated, and then you're left holding your axe in your hands.
I think we can all agree that
it is terrible.
It's not a good strategy game.
It's not meant to be a strategy game. Nobody thought it would be a strategy. No.
It's not like they just thought of it the last minute and was like, oh yeah, let's put some RTS battles in.
Even the developers knew. Even the developers knew, and EA knew it would not do well as a strategy-based game, so they never talked about it.
Oh yeah, because
how little faith do you have to have in your own title not to talk about a key feature?
Biggest part of it. So we did actually look up some interviews with Tim Schafer and stuff, and there's not a one where he mentions the strategy elements.
Yeah.
Not one.
The man.
It's not in any of the trailers.
This is what makes me think that Tim Schafer was presented with something from EA and he had to put it in.
It's hard for me to believe that EA would have said you need strategy elements, because all the other parts of the game are very marketable.
But all the other parts of the game,
action,
yeah, and that's what they market. That's what they focused on.
That is what they marketed. So why did they bother with the strategy bits?
If they made it like a game mode in multiplayer, I would accept that. I would accept that.
Maybe that's how it started, because there is multiplayer.
And
like, that's what you do in it. It's just like, those things.
But you don't need to base the entire game around that to try and introduce somebody to multiplayer.
Yeah, it could have just been like one mission.
1 out of 10, shit game, don't buy it.
What's the point of this fighting chats where we talk about underrated games that are really good that no one played?
Yeah, we tell it to fuck off and we never look at it again. No, that's unkind, that's unfair.
It is unfair, because apart from that one big massive stain on its reputation, it's great.
Yes, it is brilliant. The scenery is great, the storyline is good fun, and still exhilarating as well. It's not overly complex or hard to understand and follow.
Yeah, it's pretty easy. There are plot twists, though.
There are good
well done ones.
Yes, and they tackle issues that are relatable as well.
It's just like a good story.
Yeah, it's a good story, well crafted, and like a Double Fine Tim Schafer one.
And all the gameplay, apart from the strategy bits, are very good.
The combat's really good fun. There is a fluid nature to it. It's sort of God of War-esque.
But a bit simpler.
And simpler yet more variety. You have the axe, which is your ranged attacks, and your
guitar, which is the ranged attacks, and your axe for melee.
If we want to use slang, your axe for ranged attacks and your axe for close attacks.
Axe.
But and you get upgrades as you go, and you can add new types of attacks which work well with the different types of enemies that you'll face that are incredibly various. And not only that, but the scenery and the map as well.
Just everything is based on
sparkling.
Metal. All the enemies,
all the enemies are.
There's the headbangers, who are these guys with just massive heads, and all they do is headbang.
Even if nothing's playing, they'll just headbang.
Yeah.
And then you have
You got
the
the roadies who carry big
yes,
massive amps from
and
the
are
giant wall of amps.
have a stealth buff
Oh
because
yeah,
nobody's
because they're
supposed to see
unseen.
them. Yep. You have the road hogs as well, which are just
Oh,
gigantic.
the boars that they turn into bikes,
Yes.
that they also turn into machine guns,
So
and you can
and
ride the animals.
oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
I actually forgot about that part. Yeah, isn't there like a hunting mini
there
mission?
is, and there's a celebrity guy does that too. Let me look him up. Brew Legend Hunting. But yeah, you get. That's it. You do them, and then you get to summon the different animals.
Ah, who's the celebrity that does it though?
Brian Posen,
Oh,
who
I forgive
I
me.
didn't know his name until now, but he has that face and voice that he's just in lots of different sitcoms and stuff.
Ah,
You'd
okay,
know
fair
him if
enough.
you looked him
Brian
up.
Posen.
I'll put a picture of him up.
Yes, I'm seeing him now.
Yeah, and you go that
I
guy. But
I don't
yeah,
know him.
the
But
animals.
anyway,
Yeah, you do.
he's nice.
He's lovely. He asks you to hunt animals, then you get to summon them. You've got the little porcupine guys, there's the deers, there's the roadhogs, there's the mammoths that breathe fire. No, there's
Yes,
the mammoths, and then there's the big fluffy black things. They breathe fire. They're laser panthers.
there
They're
was
the
also
panthers that shoot
the
lasers.
side mission of the racing as well.
Oh yeah, where you get to race against Angus.
Yes. So, yeah, the mini missions and side missions of this game are well versed as well. There are
They're
lots
fun
of
too.
them,
Yeah, there's the one where you get your car gets put into like it turns into a turret and you have this like tower defense thing.
which was fine.
Which was
They did
fine.
good on that.
Trivia: the guy who voices the character for those missions voiced Raz from Psychonauts.
Oh,
Also, Kyle Gass is in. No, he's in. Kyle Gass is the ones where you have the the mortar turret.
yes, Kyle Gass was the
Big Fist Man.
big fist man.
Yeah.
Yes, big fister, Mister Fister,
But yeah, the side quests, there's a lot of side
the
quests.
Mist
They're
Fist.
fun. So the combat's fun, the side quests are fun, driving around the open world is fun.
The open world itself is beautiful
It's
and changes dynamically and very astutely.
so
The
everything is fun except the strategy bits, arguably.
and yet it's
But
so
but
it's so
you still played to the end, didn't you?
yes, I
So
did
despite
because I loved the story and I loved the
and all
way
and the rest of it, you loved
I just
everything except
I
the
just
strategy
stayed
bits.
I stayed away from the main missions and if
Hmm.
I just worked on the rest of the side missions because the side missions didn't have anything like that and it was really good and really smooth and
Yeah.
really
So
fun.
despite the shitty part of it, it's still such a good game that you went through all the shit.
The collectibles, I've never played a game since it has better collectibles. The map is, as I said, I'm going to
It's
harp on about this. The
loaded with
map
them.
is beautiful, and it varies, but not to a crazy high degree. I think
Yeah, you've
we
got
sort of
the grasslands, the
yeah,
desert.
because if you look at games nowadays, sorry to get like sound like old man Dan over here, but games these days the maps are gigantic, and while that could be appreciated,
They're too big sometimes.
they can be too big, and they can leave a lot of white space, and people
Or
now just
be filled with too much pointless shit.
well, yeah, but
It's like
you'll
an Assassin's
enjoy.
Creed where there's like 400 of those little flags to collect.
Oh, on the feathers. Oh
Oh,
my
yeah, I bet,
god!
yeah. Whereas in
But
Brutal Legend, every collectible is you're either getting a song or you're getting a health boost.
or it's on the way to a mini mission,
Yeah. Like
or
you're always getting something good.
yeah, if you divert off the path, you'll get something
You get
good, and
stuff.
you You won't have to go out of the way.
And then there's the scenery. There's
Yes.
the giant wall of amps. There's
The giant wall of
Mount
amps. There
Rockmore.
is the gigantic road. There is the metal Mount Rushmore.
There's the giant stone, like, devil hands thing.
Yes.
Oh, shit, the other collectible. The backstory stuff.
Oh, I totally forgot about that. Yes.
Yeah, they're my
Go
favorite
on.
one, too. The ones where
Go on.
I can't remember what they're called, like just Tales of the Past or whatever, where just you unlock them and you get this little animated sequence with a narrator giving you history of the world, and it's very cool. The
And
history all about how the
Yeah.
bad guys, the BDSM guys who are so ugly, they all lived in darkness, but they didn't know they were ugly until Ormagoden came and lit up the skies with fire, and then he brought brightness, and they all realized they were ugly as fuck.
Yeah.
So they blinded themselves, and then they killed Ormagoden, and then the giants took his body and made metal out of it.
They
And
took his
therefore-
body parts and made instruments
made
out of it.
instruments and cars.
Yeah. Well, they were pretty astute giants.
Yeah, there's more to it than that, but that's what I remember. The point is,
So,
it's another very good collectible that you can find.
yes, the lore itself was very strong as well. So yeah, I love how particularly whenever you're traveling from area to area, there's enough variety to keep things moving and keep you interested. To
There's
keep
just
you moving
always
forward.
something going on.
There is the scenery changes so dramatically. You'll go from the grasslands to the desert to the ice, and then to the jungle, and then to the ashland, all in the space of like what?
All in the space of
10 minutes?
10 songs, yeah.
And with your car fully souped up and fully boosted and everything, you can do it in 5.
It's just brilliant. You go up all these ramps, and you're just jumping over gorges, and you land
So
on
even-
a
even-
porcupine
even
that
though-
explodes.
Even though the
fun.
areas are small, don't let that confuse you, because
They
the
are
areas are small.
jam-packed.
They may be little to do horizontally, but vertically,
They're
they
dense.
are dense. There's
Dense
ramps
as
to go up.
fuck.
There are different passageways to go through. It's beautiful. It's a really well crafted game, and Double Fine deserved better.
So why didn't it sell? That's my question.
People felt lied to. That's my recollection of it. People felt lied to by the trailer
And the
and
interviews, and in fact all of the pre-release media.
yeah, it's whenever it was put forward at like gaming conventions at all, nobody talked about the real-time strategy element. It brought the game to a halt, and word spread.
Yeah,
It's a
I feel
shame
like
though, because the game got glistening reviews. It
surprisingly,
did
yeah.
it did really
Despite
well.
the surprise of RTS parts, it's like everyone who played it really liked it.
Yeah, it was averaging in the 80s for a lot of areas.
But I think just because,
It got a 9 on IGN for God's sake.
probably because of that one thing, a lot of people were turned off.
Yeah, but
But
also you got to think why they haven't. Not only why did it fall,
they also had a lot of competition.
that's true.
Let's not forget it
To
came
the-
out in October 2009.
2009 itself was a very big year for games.
Yeah.
That's when Arkham Asylum first came out, the first Batman game.
And fucking Modern Warfare 2, which took the world by storm.
You had Uncharted 2 as well. It was the same day.
Yeah, killed the game
As
on its
Brutal
own
Legend.
birthday.
Happy birthday to oh. Bayonetta.
Ass Creed 2, Left 4 Dead
Um,
2, Resident Evil 5, Halo 3 ODST,
Fight Night 4.
Tenchu, Dragon Age Origins, the first one.
You
You just can't put up with that.
it was
mean, you
such
can't
a
compete with
I
that.
mean, October itself was a bit lax apart from Uncharted 2,
Yeah, but like
but
from September to November, all
Yeah.
of those things happened.
yeah,
Most
that's
people don't have I have the time and money to be playing like 10 great games all at once.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's such a shame, but that's the business. I mean, you need. This is back in the day when you know all the developers were trying everything to try and keep ahead of each other's game,
Yeah,
and
like
whenever
surprising
you
players with
have
real-time strategy.
whenever you have such high quality gaming like conventions as the Batman games, which started with Arkham Asylum, or Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, which has got so much sustained popularity that has recently been put forward for remastering.
Oh yeah.
You have Uncharted 2, which has gathered a strong
It's
audience
definitely
with
the
the
most, probably the
PlayStation
most
team.
popular Uncharted, I think.
Bayonetta, which has gathered a strong audience as well.
Assassin's
Assassin's
Creed 2.
Creed.
It just
What more can you say? Assassin's Creed 2, Ezio Auditore.
there's just no
What?
competition in like Brutal Legend is kind of just like this little indie game.
Yeah.
Obviously, it had the backing of EA, but like they didn't market it as much
Not only that,
as they would
it's a
their own
shame.
stuff.
It's a shame to say,
Hmm.
but I think what they shot themselves on their own foot about was the core element of the game, the core concept,
It's what?
metal. Metal itself is very niche.
Yeah,
Whenever you build something entirely around metal and make it very, very metal and make it incredibly metal,
super metal.
you will delight so many metal fans.
It's just there's not as much of them as
Yeah, but then you'll
everyone else.
alienate so many more
Because like,
members of the
anyone who doesn't
different.
already like metal isn't going to play Brutal Legend.
Like, if I like rap, I'm not going to prefer Brutal
Yeah.
Legend. You know, I'm not going to play it
It's
because
like
it doesn't
there's
speak
probably
to
a lot
me.
of people who would play it and be like, oh yeah, metal's actually good now. But no one's going to start off there.
Yeah, but nobody's
Like,
going
that's-
like that.
Brutal Legend
That's
was nobody's jumping point into the world of metal.
that's something that you grab. Brutal Legend. Then, if people were acting like that, they would have acted like that at a Humble Bundle.
Yeah.
They get the game in. They say, "Oh, I paid for it. May as well try it." They try it. And they like it, but it takes years.
I mean,
It only got released on PC in 2013.
it was released for free on Humble Bundle in 2017.
Oh,
Fucking nearly 10 years after it came out.
yeah. So on the
And that still
on the
didn't help.
10th anniversary of Brutal Legend,
Oh yeah.
we're talking about how it died. But yeah, I also think as well whenever
Mm-hmm.
thinking about what went wrong. I think you got to think whenever you think about what went wrong, why it didn't continue. Not only why did it fail
Well, it didn't
there,
sell.
why didn't it continue? It didn't sell very well. That's a good
If something
point.
doesn't sell, that you don't want to. They're not going to make a sequel to something that no one bought.
And I think there was too much hype almost put against it with EA. They put so much money into it. They put so much marketing into it that for something like that to happen where they just grind out a few copies of the game and hopefully break even, if even,
I think they just about did.
then
It's very
They're
hard
not
to find
gonna-
data for Brutal Legend. Just no one paid any attention to it. It's just not there.
least of all the
No
players.
one thought it was
but
important enough for anyone to go, yeah, it sold this many. Just somewhere
Yeah.
between 0 and 1 million.
if anyone has any
Copies
good
sold.
ideas as to how many it sold, keep
Tim
tagging
Schafer,
in those
if you're
comments. Yeah, Tim, please.
Just
We
tell
know
us
you
how
said
many.
it.
Was it
Apparently,
six? Was
he
it more
said
than
in an
six?
interview that it was like 1.4 million. That's a lie, Tim.
Tim, it doesn't count if you bought 1 million copies.
But yeah, I think EA aren't and definitely aren't willing to
To do another one, I doubt it.
do another one unless they know
Unless
it's
it's
going
gonna
to
be
rock
like
the
that.
market and
Nice.
like
Yeah, maybe they can turn Brutal
saying
Legend
that-
2 into a battle royale.
saying that though, like whenever you said it was free in 2017, that was around November time, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because we actually got stats on that.
Oh, we did get some numbers.
We have numbers for November
I have numbers for
2017
Brutal
where
Legend, holy shit.
whenever in 2013, whenever it was released,
On
2017 rolled about. Whenever it was released on Steam, it didn't get that much traction at all. And as of November 2017, there were about 7,100 players playing Brutal Legend.
Because it was free.
And that was more than the entirety of 2018 combined.
Yeah. How many of those people do you think played past the 2-hour mark, though?
I would have bet my house, I would have bet anything that Jack Black doing the whole Jablinski games would have increased his popularity.
I don't think so.
You can tell though because
he didn't mention it in any of his videos.
But he has put a poll out about it. What
yeah.
game do you want to try and for me to play next? And it would either be Fortnite or Brutal Legend. And that's going to show like 60.
Did Brutal Legend win?
It won the hearts and minds, but not the Electoral College, I'm afraid. It lost like 66%.
Even for Jack Black fans, it's not popular.
So I don't know what else he can do.
Nothing. I think it's just dead.
I mean, these days it would be lucky to scratch over 500 players at a time on Steam. Out of how many people that bought it?
Somewhere between.
And yet, saying that on the Steam reviews,
they're all great.
People adore. There were over 6,000 reviews for this game. 92% of them thought it was a horrible mixture of the bee's knees, the cat's pajamas, and the dog's bollocks all rolled into one. They adore this game. Critics adore this game.
Everyone who plays it likes it.
And yet
everyone who plays it is like 10 people.
Yeah.
Just not enough.
So, Kevin, let's say Tim Schafer's on the phone to us now.
Alright.
He's begging, he's pleading with us that
he's
please,
saying,
you guys...
Your video has raised so much interest in Brutal Legend.
We know you guys seem to know what you're doing. We're going to put you on the team. We're going to make it creative. What would you guys have done? Creative consultants. What would have you guys done differently, or what would a sequel improve upon?
It would surely not have strategy elements, except if they were in one of the side quests.
Yeah,
I could see it working there.
For real-time strategy, if you're making it multiplayer, put it in multiplayer. Have a training section, and have a training section,
and that's it.
That's it. Keep everything single player, crisp, and to the point. Have it go against...
I don't know what a sequel would even do, though. I feel like it would have to be a different character.
Yeah, I mean, you've followed...
Eddie wraps up quite nicely.
Maybe it could be how...
a prequel.
Yeah, like Tim Curry, how he got to
how he got
prominence.
To be so evil.
Or you play as one of the giants from way back. After Ormagoden's dead, you have to fight off the evil blind things and crumble their kingdom.
See, that would be sweet. And then you could just go straight up action. And you get upgrades where your giant friends they build instruments and cars just when you need them.
Yep, and then you really remember that you have to segregate your friends from your giant friends and keep that good balance. It's like a dating sim almost as well.
So what you're saying is the sequel should just be action.
Yes, 100%.
Open world, probably.
Yep, open world, definitely.
Really well. Yeah.
Yeah, open world smashed it. I don't think they need to change the formula on that at all.
And just more metal in the soundtrack, more songs.
But then you're alienating the fans more. Maybe they could try and bring it towards. I think
it's in the world of metal, though.
You don't need to completely metalify it, though. You could have rock in it too.
Well, yeah, there's an overlap there.
You could have, Bon Jovi. You could have Bon Jovi. You could have some
actually have a steel horse to ride on too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you're a cowboy on a steel horse you ride, and you might be wanted.
That was the joke.
Alive or possibly deceased. But
yeah, his first draft of that song wasn't very good.
So
but no, yeah, I see what you mean. You could have more hard rock that's not strictly metal, and it
to
would fit
try
in
and
quite
drag,
well.
because while metal is liked by a good majority of people, minority of people, I should say, rock is loved
It's
universally,
it's a much
and
wider
like
market.
you'll get the like a whole branch of like the older players now who would listen to rock, and then you can maybe add some punk in there and some like Nirvana maybe, or like
What other
get
bands would you put in?
what other bands.
Yeah.
But I would love Metallica to be in there,
Oh yeah, they
but
weren't in any of it.
they weren't, mostly because I think it would be a licensing issue. I'd love to see some modern-ish stuff. Something like Sabaton would be perfect for that. Or
Diablo Swing Orchestra.
sure, yeah, why not? Why the fuck not? But no, if you want to try and drag some, like Ghost maybe would be a good one.
Guns N' Roses.
Guns N' Roses.
Funny enough, they have a reference to Led Zeppelin in Brutal Legend because you can summon a Led Zeppelin, but there's no
and
Led
that
Zeppelin
crashes
music.
into the ground, yes.
But none of their songs are in the game.
Queen,
Same as how they
Queen
have
were in the game, weren't they?
No.
I'm going to look that up. I
They
thought
also-
Queen were in the game.
Well, they also have the guy that you race, Angus, who's clearly a reference to Angus. What's his face? Angus Young from.
AC/DC.
Yep. None of their music in it.
Mm.
But Thunderstruck and TNT would have gone real good.
I forgot that Rob Zombie was in this game, but anyway.
Well, I don't like his music anyway. So
I love it. It is good, but we're not arguing about that. So yes, throw a bit of Queen in there. Throw a bit of Kiss. Oh no, more Kiss. Sorry, I know there's God of Thunder in there. I apologize. I just thought I didn't see it there.
no, they were in there. You could have more modern ones like the Foo Fighters.
Yeah, or Bullet from a Valentine or something.
Or good music.
You're playing. Yeah, it's not just about you.
But it's what I want in a sequel.
Want the game to be entirely Diablo Swing Orchestra?
Not entirely, but they'd be in there.
Man of War.
Yes. Just them. Just those two, and I'm happy.
It's just a concert then? That's what you want?
I would like to go to a concert, yes.
Okay, so in summary then, no real-time strategy,
None of that.
a
More
mixed
bands.
variety of songs,
Action, open world.
keep action, keep open world, new story, possibly a prequel.
Still have the celebrities. They're fun.
Try and get whatever celebrities you can, because unfortunately Lemmy is no longer with us. God
He can still
bless
be
him.
in it.
As maybe as a reference, like a voiceless reference.
Yeah.
Okay, so what? Let's see, what else? What would the sequel improve upon?
I don't think there's much else you could do with it.
I'm going to talk about the marketing if there was going to be a sequel,
Oh yeah. Well,
because
if there's no real-time strategy elements, there's nowhere for the marketing to go wrong.
but you might have the problem again where people just won't really pay attention to it because they'll probably
He's
think
saying
that
they should have Jablinski Games endorse it.
no. Because that will just seem like a sellout, which would be fine,
Yeah.
but nobody would take it seriously. What I
Okay, go
think they
on.
need to do is Double Fine need to try and find a game, or even if they're working with EA again, work with a game that's in production right now that they know has a lot of traction and a lot of popularity. Get enough of that game made so that you bring it to a convention like E3 and prepare to show it as a trailer.
Uh-huh.
The game's made, and say Double Fine makes Psychonauts 3, whatever,
Right.
and the trailer for Psychonauts 3 showed.
And
People are drawn
then-
in because people are drawn in by the Psychonauts 3 trailer,
And then you
and
blow
you
them
play
away
all
with
that.
Brutal Legend.
Well, no.
Oh.
You play it all Psychonauts 3 trailer, and then that runs through. People's attention are still grabbed by that trailer, and then you bring them with another trailer, and it's Brutal Legend 2.
Yeah.
Sorry, mister. I thought you meant like you try and tempt them with one trailer and take it away with another.
No, that would be a real dick move.
Like they did with Conquer, but never mind.
Yes.
Yep.
So that's that's a good idea.
Gonna poke that wound.
Brutal Legend 2, the brutal ending.
They need to come out of the blocks strong. They need to come out of the blocks really strong and know they learned from their mistakes if they're ever going to make a sequel.
Yeah, I feel like just the original didn't even have that much marketing.
Even if they reference it,
all the budget went on music licenses.
Even if they reference it, and their song list is massive.
Yeah, that's what
I don't think they needed half of it. Like that's massive. Yeah. So if they referenced the real-time strategy in the trailer and made light of it, that would seal it. Yeah. Like, say if they have one of the characters, like they're all hunched over a war table, and they're all like
there's
hands on chins,
and one of them's like, "What do you want us to do?" And the main character goes, "I don't give a shit."
No, I'm thinking if they're all standing beside a war table and it all looks very serious, and there's little flags and people moved all over the board and stuff, and then at the other side there's like an evil, like nefarious presence sitting there laughing maniacally because he knows he has them checkmate.
Right.
Then sudden moment of realization that he cannot win this on the table. So then he flips the table over and just goes after him with an axe. And then it just, like, a few shreds of red, cut the Brutal Legend 2, and then have Tim Schafer come out and just plead.
You know, I was with you up until that point. Pleading might be a little strong.
But yes, that's I think
good, actually.
The best way to market it is to come out of the blocks, have a tag team with a very successful game, or if they are going to try and make it go alone, come out of the block strong, reference your mistakes,
suck out of it.
And well, they did that before, but market properly this time, really. And don't lie.
Or lie just a little bit, but like little white lies.
Yeah. So that's what I would do personally, and I think it works.
Next time Tim's on the phone, we'll tell him.
Yeah, I'll get him on speed dial, and after he's done crying about
his failures,
his many failures,
cheer him up with great ideas.
We're joking, Tim. You've been a legend in this business, and God damn it,
legend.
You've been brutally legendary in this, and damn it, Tim, you deserve more.
Yeah.
But I think we've wrung that one dry. I think
that about wraps it up.
Yeah, I think that's.
It's been an hour.
Wow, time has flied whenever you're on your soapbox.
Whenever you're angry about things.
I just hope it recorded well and it didn't just record you. Well,
yeah, I enjoyed that.
I
hope
loved
anyone
that.
who listens and or watches this also enjoyed it.
If you are enjoying it, then
go and buy Brutal Legend.
Then go and buy Brutal Legend and buy it as well.
Buy it, play it, do everything with it.
Fly with it, just do everything with it. Because if that game gets the support it needs, then I think we're at a stage now where the wound has healed, the scar is fading a little bit.
Yes, and this was a very therapeutic cough.
And they might dip their toe in again if they see enough people push for it.
Yeah. So you get Tim Schafer to dip his toe into that wound.
And get him to wiggle it a little bit. And
that's the end of this conversation.
Okay, everyone. If you like this, leave your comments, your likes, and your subscriptions. And will.
And goodbye.
Goodbye. Ding ding.
Ding.